Hi, everybody. Welcome to English Digest. I'm Stephanie.
I'm Tom, and today's our TOEIC unit. And today we're going to prepare you for that wonderful test that you're looking forward to taking. And today we're going to be talking about something called the Tuition Reimbursement Program. Now, this kind of sounds like you're getting a scholarship, sort of, but not exactly. If you want to study at a university, of course, it helps you if you have some kind of scholarship. But in this particular case, you've already got a job, right? And maybe they're going to send you to college to get another degree, and they'll help you pay for it. That's called the Tuition Reimbursement Program.
I love this. Not all companies offer this. It's considered to be a benefit. You know, we get a package of benefits when we get a job full-time. And this was one of my companies offered. I loved it because I could take a Chinese course in New York and they would pay me back after the course was finished. Depending on if you finish the course, you have to finish it, guys, before you can be reimbursed from your company. It's great because it's like your company's giving you a scholarship, kind of like that, except the money comes after you finish the course, not before.
So this company you were working for must have expected you to use Chinese on the job, right?
Well, yeah, we had some clients. We had Korean clients, Japanese clients, and China was just opening back then, and more businesses were going to China, and they thought maybe I could help. So
okay, and so this is, of course, for employees that they expect to stay on in the company, right?
Yeah, you use those skills, right?
Right, but if it's a company that has high turnover, they're probably not going to be willing to do that. But we will talk about the pros and cons of tuition reimbursement today. We've got a conversation between Harry and Angela. Angela, I guess, is in some kind of a managerial position in the company, and Harry works there, and he's asking her for information about this tuition reimbursement program. So let's get to it, everybody. Let's listen to their conversation and find out what they have to say. Hi, Angela. Are you busy right now? There's something I want to discuss with you.
Hi, Harry. Come on in. What's on your mind?
Well, I'd like to get a master's degree in accounting to enhance my career prospects. I know that we have a tuition reimbursement program, and I was hoping you could walk me through it.
No problem. In order to be eligible, you need to have worked here for 6 months and have a satisfactory performance review.
Also, a degree in accounting is certainly relevant to my work here at the bank.
That's right. So far, it looks like you're a good candidate for the program.
What expenses does the program cover?
It will cover your tuition and registration fees, as well as any textbooks or other materials you need to purchase to complete the course.
Do I need to fill out an application form?
You can apply for reimbursement after you have finished the course. You need to do so within 6 months and include proof that you passed the course successfully.
Is there anything else I should know?
I should make it clear that the company is prepared to pay for your tuition on the understanding that your skills will be used to benefit the company. If you leave here within 2 years, you'll need to pay back some or all of the reimbursement.
Okay, everybody, now that we've listened to today's conversation, we're going to walk you through it one sentence at a time.
Right.
Now, this is Unit 3, and we're talking about the tuition reimbursement program. We touched on these terms a little bit in our introduction, but first of all, tuition basically is the money that you pay to go to college or any other kind of educational institution, your tuition. And reimbursement is from the verb to reimburse, which means to pay someone back. Especially if they lend you some money or something like that to do something like go to school or something, and then you have to reimburse those people, you have to pay them back.
Yeah, sometimes if your company wants you to move, they'll pay the moving costs, but it will be by reimbursement, which always means actually, you have to pay the money first, so it's out of your pocket, and then they pay you back. It's not money you get in front of the bill or before the bill. So it's a tuition reimbursement program we're talking about. We've got two people, Angela and Harry. Harry's the employee. Angela's the manager. And Harry sounds like he's heard about this and he wants to talk to his boss about it to see if he can get the okay. It's something that you have to be approved for. Not everybody gets the tuition reimbursement. They have to consider you a good employee and a good investment.
Right. They have to think that you are worth their time to offer this program, too. So Harry asks Angela if she's busy right now. Do you have some free time? Because I want to discuss something with you. Angela says, "Hi, Harry, come on in." I guess that means that she isn't busy right now. She's got some free time. So she invites him into her office, and then she asks, "What's on your mind? What are you thinking about? What do you want to talk to me about?"
Yeah, it's a phrase we use quite a bit to ask somebody, what they're thinking about. It looks like they're, deep in thought or something, but they do want something. What's on your mind? What's up? He has this idea that he'd like to get a master's degree in accounting to enhance his career prospects. It's a good idea. A lot of people get their first job after they graduate from college with a bachelor's degree. And then once they get started in business, they want to keep getting promoted, and sometimes that takes more education. So that would be a master's degree, usually a 2-year program. And he's interested in accounting. One of those degrees that I think is very useful, but you have to be very good with details in accounting. In accounting, you actually follow the money that comes into the company, and then you follow the money that you spend, and you have to make sure you take very good records of what you're spending and bringing in. Now, if you want to enhance something, you make it better, and you can always make your career better if you get a little more education. Your career prospects, some chances that you have in the future for where your career might go.
There you go. So I guess he's got a bachelor's degree in accounting. So now he wants to go for his master's degree in accounting.
Yeah.
And that, of course, will help out his career prospects in the future. He goes on to say, "I know that we have a tuition reimbursement program here at this company, and I was hoping you could walk me through it."
Sure.
This is a term here, a phrase, to walk someone through something. We don't mean to literally take someone by the hand and walk them through a dangerous park at night or something
you
like
could,
that.
Yeah.
I guess you could, but in this particular case, it's talking about explaining something to someone in a slow way, casual way, so that they can understand it. Obviously, Angela knows about this and Harry doesn't, so he wants Angela to sort of introduce this program to him and tell him all about it.
That's right. So he's going to let her walk him through it. We can use this phrase, too, when you're actually showing something, showing physical actions or motions to somebody to walk someone through something. So she tells him he has to be eligible. To be eligible means you have the right qualifications to be able to do something. For example, Tom and I are not eligible to vote. In Taiwan, you have to be a citizen. But we are, Tom, eligible to pay taxes. So that's fun, huh?
Yeah, I love paying taxes. I'm glad I'm eligible for that. I'm making my contribution to society. But if you qualify for this program, to be eligible, to qualify for it, you need to have worked here for 6 months at this company. So he needs to have worked there for half a year. And also he needs to have a satisfactory performance review. Satisfactory means everything's okay. He hasn't done anything wrong. People are pleased with his work, and maybe he's been a model employee or something. He arrives to work on time. He meets his deadlines all the time. He gets along well with his coworkers, etc. So those would all be things that would account for a satisfactory performance review.
Right. And everybody wants a good performance review. Those happen at the end of the year. I hated at writing performance reviews as a boss and getting them. Everybody gets performance reviews except the owner of the company, everybody else. So satisfactory means you've done well. People are pleased. He also thinks a degree in accounting is very relevant to his work here at the bank. Of course it is. So if something's relevant, it's related to something. It's something he can use at his current job right there in the bank. She agrees, and so far she says it looks like you're a good candidate for the program. This word candidate, or you can pronounce it candidate or candidate, they're both correct. It means you are maybe running for office. A lot of people who are in politics are candidates for a job or an office in politics. Here, he's a candidate for the tuition reimbursement program. So he looks like he has a good chance, according to his boss, Angela, who looks like, or she says he looks like he's pretty well fit or suited for the program.
He's a good candidate. Of course, we most often use that word when we talk about elections.
Yeah.
Remember, in the last presidential election here in Taiwan, the two candidates, at least the two major candidates, were Tsai Ing-wen and Zhu Lilun. And of course, we all know who won. They were the candidates for president in the last election. And Harry says, what expenses does the program cover? Okay,
right.
To cover expenses. In other words, what does it pay for? Okay, I know I have to pay tuition if I go to a university, but does it pay for like textbooks or other fees, or maybe lodging if I have to stay in a dormitory, or maybe a dormitory food contract or transportation? Are they going to give me money for all the parties that I'm going to go to at the bars and things like that? Will it pay for that? I'm going to have that stuff because it's important for a university education.
Yeah. Do you pay for drinking expenses? No. She says it will cover his tuition and registration fees. We often have to register when we take classes, when we go to the doctor or to the hospital. You have that registration fee. It's usually a small fee. Sometimes it can be kind of expensive. I went to Zhengda, and I remember the registration fee wasn't cheap. That is a part or exclusive to the classes. The classes you have to pay for separately. So registration is when you actually sign up for something, maybe to take a test, to take a class, to see the doctor. Those are the registration fees. Registration is the noun form. The verb is to register. Oh, I need to go register for a class at, the public gym. What are they called? I live in the Dan area.
Yeah, the Yundong-Zhongxin.
Yeah, Yundong-Zhongxin.
I don't quite know how to say that. The athletic center, I think is what they call
sports center. You could maybe call it a sports center. And sometimes you have to pay for registration fees and the class fee. Okay, so that's what the program will cover. They'll also pay for your textbooks. And I don't know about you guys, but the last time I went to school, those books are really expensive. So you need to buy those things. And we're using the word to purchase. It sounds a little bit more formal than to buy, but it's basically the same verb. To purchase. Those are the things that tuition reimbursement program will cover, the expenses it will cover.
So those other materials could be notebooks and pens.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe a personal computer or something like that. Probably not, but in any case, it sounds like it's a pretty good deal here.
Yeah.
And Harry's got all sorts of questions. He's got another one. Do I need to fill out an application form? That is some kind of document that has lots of blank spaces in which you fill in the information. Your name, your address, your ID number, your date of birth, your social security number, depending on what country you're in, your national ID number, stuff like that, your hair color, your zodiacal sign, your favorite color.
Your blood. No, none of that.
Probably not. No, that would be considered maybe personal information or irrelevant information. But again, you need to fill out the application form. Sometimes I see the verb phrase fill in.
That's right.
But
they're both correct. Fill in, fill out. They're both correct.
They're both correct, but I feel more comfortable using the term fill out. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
But...
I've been asked to do either one.
Okay.
Sometimes with fill in, maybe the form has a lot of information that's already there that they've already provided to you. Maybe you have to fill in your phone number. Then I wouldn't say, will you fill out your phone number? I would say, will you fill in your phone number there? So with fill in, guys, just as an idea of which one to use. Fill in. That form probably has some information already on it, and you just need to provide a little bit more. Fill out sounds like it's a blank form.
Yeah, the whole form fill out and the individual bits of information, fill those in.
Yeah.
Fill in the blanks, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, here's Angela's answer to Harry's question. You can apply for reimbursement after you have finished the course. So this is an application form, of course, for the actual reimbursement. So you can apply for it after you have finished the course. When you take the course and when you get the degree and stuff like that, then we will reimburse you. So you need to pay out of pocket at first. You need to pay your own money or use your own money. And then after you complete the course, when you graduate, then I guess you have to, present us with the diploma and stuff like that to prove
certificate
that you actually went there and you actually graduated. Then we will reimburse you, but you need to apply for that, which means you need to formally request this money by filling out an application form.
Yeah, you can apply for different things. Maybe you need to apply for some tuition aid. Maybe your company doesn't pay for tuition, but maybe you can get a loan from a bank, something like that. So you need to apply and provide proof. That is documentation. Proof is actual paper or facts that you can give someone to show them that something is true. If somebody is arrested for murder, the police have to provide proof that that person actually killed somebody. So proof can be different things, but usually it's actual. It's something. It's a physical thing. So it's evidence. You can say evidence or proof that you passed the course. You don't have to actually finish the whole program. You might just be taking one class, but companies will pay for that as well.
I had to reapply for a driver's license in the United States, so I needed to provide proof of ID, my social security card, and some other maybe credit cards or something like that. That was proof to show that I was a citizen of my state, and so I could get a driver's license. And so he needs to provide proof, and then he also needs to prove that he passed the course successfully. If he failed, of course, they're not going to pay for that.
No.
That doesn't do them any good, so it's in his best interest to actually succeed and pass the course and pass with flying colors. And Harry's got another question here. Is there anything else I should know? I've asked a bunch of questions, but that's all I can think of. So is there any information that you can provide that I haven't asked you about?
Well, this last part's really important because it's sort of, the last rule that you have to remember. But if you do take the class, you can't just take the class and then leave for another job. The company gives you that money on the understanding or with the understanding, you could use either preposition, that you will remain in that company for at least 2 more years. If you don't, you have to pay back the money. I saw this happen in a company where I worked. Sometimes you don't know. You don't try to cheat the company by taking a class and then finding a new job within a year. But sometimes life changes and you have to leave. But you need to know that if you do take that money from the company, you owe them another 2 years there so they don't feel like they wasted it. So if you have an understanding with somebody, it just means you've talked about it and you're agreeing upon something. You both understand what that agreement is.
Well, is that the honor system then? Or is there some kind of legal obligation? If you quit this job within 2 years, then we can sue you for the money back or something like that?
I didn't have to sign anything, but you might. Yeah, you might have some companies will make you sign something.
Yeah, if you're doing that as a company and paying for someone's education, of course, you want to have yourself covered in case somebody, runs off and works for your competition or something.
Right.
You would feel like a real sucker in that case.
Yeah.
But in any case, yes, they have this understanding, this mutual agreement that his skills will be used to benefit the company. And if you leave here within 2 years, she continues to say, you'll need to pay back some of all of the reimbursement. So I guess she's saying here that there's a 2-year limit and you'll have to pay it back if you leave before 2 years. So I guess there's probably going to be some kind of contract or something?
Yeah, well, guys, right now we're going to go ahead and listen to our Chinese teacher for a bit, and then we have some extra dialogues and a discussion question, so stay tuned.
Hi everyone, my name is Jenny. 今天我们要看的是多益的文章。我们看 这篇文章谈的是员工进修补助。好，那我们就来看这个对话内容呢，也就是要询问到底员工进修补助有什么要注意的地方，包括资格上，还有它到底包含哪些费用等等。好，一开始呢，想要询问的人就是 Harry 呢，他要讨论一下到底学校这边如果我要去拿会计学的硕士学位，那有没有办法有一个补助计划？那我们先看到他说他是想要去修会计学的硕士学位，就从这边来，硕士学位 A master's degree。 我们知道基本上我们比较会想这个学程当中呢，从所谓的大学毕业学士的学位是 bachelor's degree， 好，接下来的硕士是 master's degree， 再往上呢就是 doctor's degree。 好，那他想要去进修硕士学位，而且是念会计学，后面的介系词是 in accounting。 那这样如果我们有进修补助计划，那可不可以解释给我听一下？他这边用到了一个片语 walk me through it。 这个 walk me through something基本上若字面看起来就是带着我走过一遍，好，帮助我厘清这个整个的流程程序等等。好，所以这个片语很简单，但是很实用。那 Angela 呢，当然是没问题咯。他说 in order to be eligible， in order to 这个片语我们常用当然它就是表示目的，为了要达成什么目的，为了要符合资格。好，这边它有的条件就是必须要工作6个月，而且呢你的工作表现评估不错。好，那 Harry 了解之后，他呢还有其他的问题，不过 Angela 就告诉你基本上 Harry 他是合格的。好，那我们回过来看对话里面，他要问这个 program 这个计划包含了哪些费用，他可以付哪些钱。好， Angela 的回答就是有2个哦，一个嘛 tuition and registration fees。 我们知道 tuition 就是指学费，那 registration fees 指的就是注册费。好，那学费注册费还有别的 as well as， 我们知道 as well as 它基本上也是前后连接2个东西。那 A as well as B， 这个 as well as 有时候有点像 in addition to， 也就是说后面这个也有啦，后面这个讲的是教科书啦，还有就是你要完成你的课程的话，你要买的那种其他的用具。好，这个也在里头。接下来Angela 说了，你呢可以在完成学程之后，然后你可以申请报账。好，我们来看一下 apply for 这个片语。 apply for， 当你用 for 就表示说你是要申请什么东西。那另外还有一个片语是 apply to， 如果介系词你用 to， 通常就是表示你要向谁申请，这个申请的对象，比如说 apply to the organization， to the company， to the university， 比较是对某一个对象。好，那这里用 for 就是你要申请的东西。再来他告诉你要在6月 Harry 要在6个月里面申请，然后呢还要包括说有一些证明，就是你真的通过这个课程的证明。那最后呢Angela 她才提醒他有一点一定要知道 make it clear， 注意到这里片语 make it clear， 其实这个 IT它呢是一个虚受词，基本上它代替的是后面接下来要讲的那个事件，所以它基本上 make 这个动词后面的 IT 是 O， 后面的 clear 是 C， 也就是补语。而我们把这个虚受词 IT 看一下，原来指的很长的那个 that 子句是什么呢？就是公司呢当然他准备帮你付学费的前提就是你学到的技能可以用在我们这个公司里，让公司受益。好，这个也就是表示 我们花钱让你去念书，那不过你也要知道，相对的，你应该学有专长回来要贡献在我们公司里。所以它有这个条件，这个前提条件，所以用到了这个片语 on the understanding that， 这个是我们要知道，你要知道的一个前提。再来那前提就是，既然如此，假如你修完你的学位回来，然后2年内离开的话，那就是必须要偿还全部或者是部分的款项。OK， 我们今天的解释就到这边结束，我们下次见。
We're going to take a quick break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Okay, guys, we've got some extra dialogues here for you. Tom, do you want to be A or B?
I will be A.
Okay.
And here's the question. Can I take my master's degree at any school?
The school must be an accredited institution.
Okay, so of course he wants to know where he can study. Can I study for my master's degree at any university? Yeah. But it has to be accredited. In other words, it has to be recognized by the government as providing the qualifications for this particular degree.
Accredited. I just did a commercial for Zhengda.
You did.
And they are an accredited university, meaning if I take a class here, those credits will be accepted in other colleges in the U.S. in particular. The next one says, what else will I need to apply for reimbursement?
You'll also need a copy of your receipt to show that you paid for the course.
That makes sense. They don't want to give you money that you haven't already paid for. Remember, it's reimbursing you. So when you pay the tuition, keep the receipt because you'll need it to give to your company.
And there's probably going to be more than one receipt. Here's the final dialogue. How long will I need to wait for reimbursement?
Yeah, that is very company dependent, which means it depends on the company. So here's B. You will receive it as part of your paycheck after the application has been processed, which usually takes 10 working days. That's pretty fast. A lot of times when companies reimburse you for travel costs, or maybe you had to put out money for a hotel when you're on the road, they will put that reimbursement money into your paycheck. And they'll divide it. They'll show you by, how much they gave you in reimbursement and how much is your salary. So that's how my company worked, at least.
Wow, a paycheck. I haven't been given one of those in years here in Taiwan.
You work for free, don't you?
I do, yeah. It's a pleasure to work for free. But sometimes they give me money in cash.
Nice.
And sometimes they direct deposit the pay into my bank account.
Cool.
So I guess in the States they're still using paychecks. Who knows? But in any case, here's our discussion question for today. What subject would you like to study to help you advance your career?
Wow. Nowadays, let's see. I don't know what I'd like to take. That's a good question. I'd probably just want to take some more Chinese courses. Frankly.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to be a rock star, even though I'm kind of old. So I would like to take some guitar courses.
Really?
Some guitar lessons so that I can be the next Jimmy Page or the next whoever, Jimi Hendrix or whatever.
Yeah, but I don't think that AMC or 空中美语 is going to pay for your guitar lessons.
Probably not.
How are you going to use it? I guess you could sing on some of these recordings for our students.
I could break into song. That's always an effective learning tool.
Which
to
you
learn
love
English
to do.
By songs. I didn't break into song today, but maybe next time. But hey, that brings us to the end of our lesson for today. And thank you all for joining us.
Yeah.
And please again join us next time. From all of us here at English Digest, I'm Tom.
I'm Stephanie.
Goodbye.
See ya.